When people think about Ali MacGraw, they often remember the graceful actress whose performance in Love Story made millions of people cry. She became one of Hollywood's brightest stars almost overnight, admired for her beauty, charm, and natural screen presence. To many fans, her life looked like a dream filled with fame, success, and romance. But behind that perfect image was a very different story. Long before she met Steve McQueen, Ali had already learned how to hide pain behind a calm smile. She was born Elizabeth Alice MacGraw on April 1, 1939, in Pound Ridge, New York, into a family that appeared cultured and creative. Both of her parents worked as commercial artists, and from the outside their home seemed full of talent and opportunity. Yet life inside the house was far more complicated than anyone could see. There were emotional struggles, family secrets, and feelings that were rarely talked about. As a young girl, Ali quickly learned that keeping difficult emotions hidden was often easier than speaking about them. That lesson stayed with her as she grew older. She attended respected schools, including Rosemary Hall and later Wellesley College, where she earned a degree in art history in 1960. Everything about her education suggested that she was on the path to a comfortable and successful future. Still, beneath her polished appearance, she often struggled with self-doubt and uncertainty. Those early experiences quietly shaped the woman she would become. Years later, when the world saw a confident movie star walking red carpets beside Hollywood's biggest names, few realized she had spent most of her life trying to protect an image that hid her private fears. Looking back, it is easy to see that the conflict between appearance and reality had already become part of her personality. That hidden struggle would influence almost every important decision she made, including the relationship that would completely change her life and eventually convince her that, from the very first date, it had been doomed from the beginning. After graduating from college, Ali moved to New York City with very little money but plenty of determination. Instead of becoming an actress right away, she entered the exciting world of fashion. She found work at Harper's Bazaar, where she became an assistant to the legendary fashion editor Diana Vreeland. It was a demanding job that required long hours, careful attention to detail, and endless hard work. Every day, Ali watched photographers, designers, editors, and stylists work together to create beautiful images that looked effortless to readers. Behind every glamorous magazine cover, she discovered that perfection was carefully planned. Every pose, every light, every piece of clothing was adjusted until everything looked flawless. Later she also worked at Vogue and spent several years assisting photographer Melvin Sokolsky, one of the most respected fashion photographers of the time. These experiences taught her something that would later help both her acting career and her personal life. She learned how powerful appearances could be. She understood that people often believed what they saw without knowing the truth behind the picture. Gradually, Ali began appearing in magazine advertisements and television commercials herself. Her fresh, natural beauty attracted attention, and before long she was standing in front of the camera instead of working behind it. Although she was becoming more confident professionally, she still carried many of the insecurities that had followed her since childhood. Success did not erase those feelings. Instead, it simply covered them with a brighter spotlight. Looking back, this period became the perfect preparation for Hollywood. Ali learned not only how to present herself to the world but also how to remain calm while dealing with pressure behind the scenes. Those lessons would soon become invaluable when an unexpected opportunity changed everything. A film producer noticed her natural screen presence and offered her a leading role in a major motion picture. That single decision opened the door to fame, fortune, and eventually one of the most talked about love stories in Hollywood history. At the time, Ali believed she was simply beginning an exciting career. She had no idea she was also taking the first steps toward a romance that would eventually transform, and nearly destroy, her life. Ali MacGraw's move into Hollywood happened much faster than anyone expected. In 1969, she was chosen to play Brenda Potemkin in Goodbye, Columbus, a film based on Philip Roth's popular novel. Although she had very little acting experience, critics immediately noticed her natural talent and quiet confidence. She did not look or act like the traditional Hollywood stars of the time. Instead, she brought a modern, intelligent style that audiences found refreshing. Her performance earned excellent reviews and won her the Golden Globe Award for Most Promising Newcomer. Almost overnight, studios began seeing her as one of the industry's brightest rising stars. Around the same time, Paramount executive Robert Evans became one of the most important people in both her career and personal life. Evans was already one of Hollywood's most powerful producers, known for helping create successful films and discovering new talent. He admired Ali's potential and quickly signed her to a movie contract. Before long, their professional relationship became a romantic one, and they married in October 1969. From the outside, they looked like the perfect Hollywood couple. Evans was handsome, successful, and influential, while Ali was beautiful, elegant, and quickly becoming America's newest sweetheart. Their glamorous Beverly Hills home became a gathering place for actors, producers, directors, and celebrities. In January 1971, they welcomed their son, Josh Evans, making their family seem even more complete. Yet behind the expensive homes, magazine covers, and glamorous parties, cracks were already beginning to appear. Robert was deeply focused on his career and often spent long hours working on major productions. Ali, meanwhile, was trying to balance fame, motherhood, marriage, and growing expectations from Hollywood. The pressure became overwhelming at times. She wanted to succeed as an actress while also being a devoted wife and mother, but those responsibilities often pulled her in different directions. Although the public believed they were living a perfect life, both of them were quietly drifting apart. Neither realized that another movie, and another leading man, would soon change everything forever. Everything changed when Love Story was released in December 1970. The romantic drama became one of the biggest films of its time, earning more than $100 million at the box office and touching audiences around the world. Ali's performance as Jenny Cavallari made her an international star almost overnight. People admired her warmth, honesty, and emotional performance, and many viewers believed she was just like the kind-hearted character she played on screen. She received an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress, won another Golden Globe, and suddenly found herself among Hollywood's biggest names. Fame arrived so quickly that it completely transformed her life. Everywhere she went, people recognized her. Magazine covers, television interviews, and public appearances became part of her daily routine. Yet the success also created a difficult problem. Fans no longer separated Ali MacGraw from the character of Jenny. They expected her to be gentle, loyal, and perfect all the time. Living up to that image became exhausting. While audiences continued celebrating Love Story, Ali's private life was becoming increasingly complicated. Her marriage to Robert Evans was struggling under the weight of busy schedules, growing distance, and emotional stress. Both of them loved their work, but their careers often kept them apart. At the same time, Ali was searching for something she could not clearly explain. She wanted excitement, passion, and a deeper emotional connection. That search would soon lead her into dangerous territory. In early 1971, she accepted a role in director Sam Peckinpah's crime film The Getaway. At first, it seemed like another important step in her rapidly growing career. The film paired her with Steve McQueen, already one of the biggest movie stars in the world. McQueen had a reputation for being talented, confident, unpredictable, and incredibly charismatic. Friends and crew members knew he could be difficult to work with, but his powerful personality attracted people wherever he went. Ali expected to meet a professional co-star. Instead, she encountered someone who would completely change the direction of her life. Neither of them knew it then, but the relationship that began during that production would soon become one of Hollywood's most unforgettable and heartbreaking love stories. When filming for The Getaway began in Texas during 1971, Ali MacGraw believed she was simply starting another important movie. She had no plans to fall in love, and she certainly did not expect her personal life to change forever. At the time, she was still married to Robert Evans, while Steve McQueen had been married to Neil Adams for many years and was the father of 2 children. On paper, there was every reason for them to remain nothing more than professional co-stars. But from the moment they met, Ali later admitted that the attraction was impossible to ignore. In her autobiography Moving Pictures, she described the feeling as immediate and overwhelming, saying she became deeply drawn to Steve almost from the very beginning. Crew members also noticed the growing connection between the two stars. During breaks between scenes, they spent more and more time together, talking privately and enjoying each other's company. Before long, rumors began spreading across the film set and eventually reached Hollywood gossip reporters. What had started as a quiet attraction soon became a secret affair. For Ali, the relationship felt exciting, emotional, and impossible to resist. Steve represented everything that seemed missing from her carefully controlled life. He was confident, adventurous, and unpredictable, qualities that fascinated her. Yet those same qualities also carried danger. Friends warned her to slow down and think carefully about the consequences, but emotions were already stronger than reason. Looking back years later, Ali admitted she understood that their relationship had begun under painful circumstances. Both of them were leaving broken marriages behind, and both were carrying personal struggles they had not yet faced. Instead of healing old wounds, they found comfort in each other. At the time, it felt like true love. But relationships built during moments of emotional confusion often carry hidden problems from the very beginning. Without realizing it, they were building a future on a foundation already shaken by guilt, heartbreak, and unfinished emotions. Those unseen cracks would continue growing long after the excitement of their romance faded.